serve it because you don't have a God. But then when you could come around and say, but wait, I do. See, the God of Sar, and this is Haru, and this is a Set, and the Greeks and the Romans tried to steal all this shit and make it their Jesus. So your God is a phony because I have my real God that you stole their personification, you stole their attributes, and you hid all this from me and gave me your sorry ass image as a God, as you beat me and tortured me and used me for a long lot of years and still doing it. So your God, believe that, because I have my own now that you hid from me. But it's a good God because it's been calling me, and I responded and I found it. And I found out that it was more than just a white male. It is a black male, which is me, and a female soon to show up, and a son. So it's regenerative, unlike your solo ass, no wound man that's dead on the cross. See, I'm thinking, I'm like Christians. Okay, all true and sacred records reveal it is the great God alone that makes men and fishes. But being in the likeness of God does not exempt mankind from making slaves of other men and sardines, of sprats and pilchers. The canning of sardines and the denationalization processing of the descendants of Africans like a bad beat is still going on and on and on. Nevertheless, the carnal customs of man do not alter the nature of truth. Like the powerful aroma steeped from the depths of billions of herrings under the disguise of sardines, anyone can sense there is an ungodly stench cast from the people thinking they are colors. In the 40s, Negroes in the 50s, blacks in the 60s, Afro in the 70s, Afro-American, Nubian, Bilalians, plus blacks in the 80s, African Americans in the 90s, and Afrocentric up to 2010. One would have to ask, do these man-made marketing labels likewise serve the same purpose as the various brands of sardines? Aren't these too many names for one nation to be? The recycling of slave names every decade is a war of attrition to the psychic of all African nationals under European national name, under European siege, in North America and her adjoining islands. Those who believe they are free, yet proclaim no free national name, are attrited victims and losers of the said war, especially in view of the obvious fact a Chinese yesterday is a Chinese today, and a Moorish national descended from Africa is a Moorish national anywhere on earth, whereas they are born or reside. No, not. Withstanding no one has a lasting power to change man from his descendant nature. Still, it is in the nature of the mind to become what it thinks. And the man who thinks he is a Negro, black, or color can never attain a free national status because his mind has been processed to accept the limitations of property. Blacks have always been processed to be property, assets of the United States government. To this day, they cannot perceive they are the GNP and secret national treasure of the United States, annually revolving $800 billion. Listen to that. $800 billion a year. That's how much money. Wow, can you believe that? This is why Noble Drew Ali said mental slavery is the only kind of slavery you Moors have now. As a vision of a goldfish is confined to the murky jurisdiction of its aquarium, the shadow psychic of the man-made Negro cannot think beyond his or her blackness. Although their wrong thinking is by design, they will defend it to the utmost of all the European education, training, and fiend social statuses. That means that women of the African, us melanated people, our women that goes to West Angeles Church can never see a black man as being a God man because they have already been sold by the Europeans. Their God is a white man, and the only God that they ever wanted try to perceive is the white man. And this is really bad for a woman that is going to be responsible for raising a responsible, confident, melanated son, because he's going to find his confidence and his completion in the hands of Hitler, as instructed by his mother. This is bad. This is real bad, because white men do not help black men. White men kill us and lock our asses up in their jails. So we should not be worshiping them as our God. It's really simple. Okay. The reason all the so-called black leaders, ministers, judges, politicians, entertainers, masons, and other cans of larger sardines are commercialized and stamped as okay to follow by their maker is because they too have black-like minds. It's just plain economically feasible to feed death to the dead already coiled in a dead-end street. Since neither the black leaders nor their black subjects can ever be free, legal tender, and spurious stations are the only rewards gained by black leaders. Not once do they think the self-supporting of these misnomers is concealing the free national name of themselves as a clean and pure nation of people. The hollow name of the children of former slaves has been known esoterically by the founding fathers of the United States of America. The true status and free name of the so-called nigger, blacks, and colors has since been the greatest secret kept by the fraternal orders of North America today. Yet it cannot be denied, in 1865, the United States Congressional 13th Amendment brought forth on this continent, in addition to the abolishment of slavery, a second new nation of Moorish Americans. Without a doubt, the Negroes, the blacks, and the colored misnomers are concealing the one and only free national name to a clean and pure nation of people. This hollow nationality, unifying the descendants of ex-slaves, has only been taught by noble dualities since 1913. From finite and infinite points of view, the judicial question must again rise from the dust. Without moving its head and tail, can the herringbag sardine? It said, without removing its head and tail, can the herringbag sardine, without proclaiming his proper status by his and her one free national name, can a Negro be a true citizen of any government? There is something mighty fishy being processed in corporate. It says United States, but I always call it corporate Europe, which includes the United States, because the United States is a corporation of Europe. But what it says is, the question is, can a herringbag sardine, without proclaiming his proper status by his and her one free national name? And there's another one. Hold on, excuse me. Hotel. What's up? How do you do? Alright, so you know what's up? Somebody got killed by a popo today. And yesterday too, I'm sure. Alright. Today is March 31st. I'm finished reading a couple of these, alright? You don't mind. Oh, I think I screwed the camera up. Let me see. Alright, let's go at this. It says, on justice. It said it's blindfolded because justice is unprejudiced. Well, we all know what unprejudiced means. It means that you shouldn't put somebody in jail just because you have the power to, and because they're what you consider not anything. Because that makes you be not anything when someone that's more powerful than you comes along. And sometimes the source that's more powerful than you that comes along be a divine source. And a lot of people be stubborn. They just don't want to go for that. They be saying, nope, I'm going to just wait on mine. I know that I did a lot of bad stuff, so I have no other choice but to wait on that which gave me the right to do all the bad stuff. So that's okay. But we all know that that's all in vain. And it's inevitable that you will have to pay for what you do. I want to show you something. Look at this. You can see this is ancient Kemetic teaching that backs up my thesis that the light from celestial bodies come into your eyes and hit your pineal gland and make changes throughout your body. These changes and these lights I'm telling you about is the lights that's making all these people kill. You know, they killed a prison official, superintendent, something. I don't know who it was, but he got killed. Plus the guy that killed him. It was a small example of a tornado in Hawkinson today. I think that's the name of the place. You know, all that is just bad stat. I told y'all she crazy. I'm telling you, she ain't playing because, see, she's serious about me and her objective being completed. So you can listen to all these fools on the planet talking about they going to war and all that if you want to. They know they ain't gonna do shit. They go out there trying to do anything, them like shit's gonna tear their ass up. They better be trying to get me some money. They keep their ass off that ocean, like they been doing. That's the reason why the price of gas, they gonna try to raise it up on you. You should just don't buy it. Don't let them keep making a profit off of the misuse of their military strength and their bad abuse of power. Because the universe is here to take all that away. I want to show you this. Look. Look at the god Asar with the X to show you he's the god. Now you see my X in the sky. Okay, with the sun. The reason I'm telling you all this is because when you guys play games and get what's coming to your ass, that's going to be your fault. Here's all the stuff that they know was on the walls of Kemet that they took off. This is a drawing, but this is where it all come from. You can see the hat that the Pope tried to wear. You can see all the hand gear the Pope be trying to steal. You can see the X that's obvious right here with me now. And you can see his girl Set. See her over there. In the background. With her bad self. With the crown on her head as if to say, I know who the king is. Now see, she's the one flying around in the light ships. That's the reason why she has the last say about who's going to be the ruler of the planet. Because she is the goddess. And since I happen to be her husband, son, brother, all that, you guys will bow down. It's just real simple. It's just a matter of time. We'll rat it out. The longer you take, the more I'm going to be away from my girl. And she's going to get upset. And then she's going to make more volcanoes go off. And eventually, either you're going to be dead or you're going to be getting your ass out of my way. That's the rules. Okay. So now that we have all been briefed on the circumstances of our conditions here on earth, I'm going to go back to divine teachings. Now, bear in mind, I am a God gangster. I have been ordained by the universe, which is the sun. The problem is, you all want to worship Jesus. And go ahead, I don't care. But know this.